everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spiritual Superpowers. I'm Caron and this is Dawn, and we have a fun episode for you today.
Yeah, we get a lot of questions about signs, and most of them, I'd say for me anyways, are about numbers. People always want to tell me that they see this number regularly. Yeah, so I have a book from Kyle Gray on angel numbers, so I'll pull it up on my Kindle and let them know what the number symbolizes. But I have noticed, I'm sure you have too, that when you Google the numbers, there's a lot of different definitions, a lot of different messages. And that makes me wonder, because I see 10 or 7, 10, not just once a day, but multiple times a day. And I have for over a year. And I take pictures of that number because I just see it in so many different ways. And I've looked up what the meaning is, starting with the book.
Yep. The power of God is within you. Spiritual experiences are unfolding for you and supporting your expansion in the world.
And then also going into Google, and my interpretation was that it's my angels trying to communicate with me. But it's been a year now, over a year. I'm still seeing it. So am I not getting the message? You know? So I've been trying to listen and try to read into what the messages are, but I still continue to see it. So
well, when I see different numbers and I'm seeing them repetitively, I do a couple things, because I know there's so many interpretations on the internet. But what I do is I kind of look at the first one that comes up, right? Thinking that
maybe that's what
whoever is sending me that message will cause that first interpretation to be the one that is meant.
Okay, do you want to do that now and see what comes up?
For 710? Yeah. Sure. All right.
Okay.
And the other thing I do sometimes, though, before I look this up, is I read all the different interpretations and see which one resonates with me. So that's another way you can do it too. But all right, so we are going to look up.
That's just okay. Google
spiritual significance.
A message for 710.
Okay, so this is the first one that comes up, and I find different websites come up all the time. So this is what it says. The angel number 710 is a message from the universe, as well as your guardian angels, congratulating you for being on the right path in your life.
Okay. So maybe because I keep seeing it, it's them confirming that I'm on the right path, not that I'm missing something.
Right.
Okay.
And I think it's maybe our human nature to think we're missing something.
Yeah. Because I always had, people will hear me talk about dancing with the universe, where I learned a few years ago to not make things happen, but to follow the little nudges, and as if the universe is the leader in the dance. Yeah. And so getting these numbers, I took it as like little nudges, and that maybe I wasn't understanding them, but maybe 710 is like the gutter bumpers.
Oh, a gutter ball, like the gutters. Yeah, gutters, bowling gutters. Yeah. I think a similar message that a lot of us see is 1111 or 111. But when you think about it, for you, 7 is a very significant number for you. Yes. So maybe the 710 is a version of that that's just meant for you.
Yeah, maybe. And what I'll share a little bit. So I was born on the 7th, 7 pounds, 7th floor, 7th room, 7th bed or something. And then everything that I've done has always led me in 7s. Like even say choosing to go to massage school. That year we were the 7th year that they offered the program. My residence was H7, like my student card was R7, and like that type of thing. So I've always thought that if I follow the 7s, then I'm on the right path. And yeah, maybe that's what this is. Maybe it's just a version of 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do know that individually, if we break down the number
from a numerology perspective instead of an angel number perspective, this is what 710 means. So the number 710 blends the energy of the numbers 7, 1, and 0, and also the number 8, which is the sum of all these numbers. The number 7 signifies knowledge, philosophy, mysticism, gaining knowledge, studying, teaching, spiritual evolvement, good fortune, inner wisdom, inner guidance, intuition, and higher understanding of people and things. And I think that really describes you with everything that you do.
I would agree.
And 7 has always been your number, so that's very cool. The number 1 signifies new beginnings, initiative, ambition, progress, movement forward, independence, leadership, success, determination, confidence, happiness, and personal power. Which kind of makes sense.
Especially over the last year and a bit.
And a lot of new beginnings.
A lot of new beginnings.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Okay. All right. And the number 0 signifies closures and new beginnings. I guess it's like 9 before it flips over to 1, right? Eternity, wholeness, oneness, potential, opportunities and choices, flow, cycles, phases, God, the universe, spiritual enlightenment, and infinity. I like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of digging this one.
Wow, that's a great combination. Okay, and the number 8 symbolizes success, manifesting, abundance, business, realism, wealth, and achievement. So,
Okay, well,
there you go.
Yeah, so maybe my lesson here is to just trust in the number and think that I'm not missing anything, that it's a sign that I'm on the right path.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'm going to do that. And then you have actually gotten an angel number, but it's called a mirror number.
Yeah, so I always thought numbers were signs when they repeated each other, like, you know, the 1111,
222, or what Trisha passed, 444.
The 444s. And we'll put a link to the Signs from the Universe video with that. But so you have the 710, which isn't a repeating number, and we now know there's a lot of significance to that. Well, I learned about, not too long ago, I learned about mirror numbers. So mirror numbers are like, you know,
1221 or 9339, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. So on a digital clock, you're not going to see many of those unless you have a 24-hour kind of base digital clock. But I found out about these mirror numbers, and a couple days later, I was feeling a little down that day. And I just happened to look at my iPhone. It was late. I forget why I was up so late, but it was 12:21. And it really struck me as this was a sign. I'll read you what that means. So the meaning of 12:21, your angels are watching out for you, and they want you to know that hope is not lost. The number 1221 is a sign that you are not alone, both because your angels and those closest to you are in your life. You know, and at the time, it was really the reminder that I needed.
It sounded like it was perfect timing, divine timing.
Yeah, I saved it on my phone. So.
Yeah. And what did it feel like when you saw the number that made you think it was significant? Was it that it caught your attention more? Can you remember that feeling? Because I wouldn't mind, you know, not all the time when we look at numbers are they meant as a message, but there's something inside.
I think it's like your attention is drawn to a number because that's what's happening. Your attention is we have these numbers all around us all the time, but it's about drawing our attention to the number. Right. But then just having that, you know, knowing that.
Yeah, it's an inside feeling.
Yeah, that, this is meant to be a sign, not just a random number. That's how I feel anyway.
Yeah. I think for me, it's when, if I just happen to, you know, look at a number and it's just a number. But then when I see a number and there's a little bit of a deep feeling with it where it just holds my attention even just for a nanosecond longer.
Well, it's your intuition, right?
Yeah.
Kicking in and saying, okay,
I think
this is for you.
That's when it's a significant number and a message, and then that's when, to me, it's worth taking notice and looking into. So thank you, Caron, for helping me figure out 710. I'm just gonna get back on the trust wagon and follow the signs. And thank you for being a part of yet another lesson for me on our channel. I seem to learn a lot, and hopefully you do too.
Yeah, and look up those numbers that you see repetitively, even if they're not the same digits, right? They all have meanings, so look them up and
and maybe share some below, because I'd love to hear what other people see on a regular basis, because 710 isn't a normal one. 1, 2, 2, 1 is not a normal one. So I'm sure there's a lot of unique combinations out there. So I'd love to hear from our viewers what numbers they see on a regular basis. If you liked our video, please give us a thumbs up.
And subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss another episode.
All right, so thanks again for joining in, and we will see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.